thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your support and I hope you benefit from my videos. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Give this video a big thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. So what we do have here is a nice array of some great ingredients that are going to go into a seafood biryani. That all the ingredients are in the description of the video because there's quite a lot to take in, but don't worry, it'll all boil down and it'll be simple. We've got some nice Scottish langoustine here. Obviously feel free to use prawns. We've got some squid, we've got some nice basmati rice, coriander, onion, peas, ginger garlic paste, red peppers, fantastic array of spices here. We've got some tomato puree diluted with some water. We've got a cup of full fat yogurt. We've got some turmeric water. You'll see how we're going to use that soon. As this is fish, we've got some lemon, some salt, some chopped green chilli. We're going to be using some ghee. Not sure if we're going to use all that. And we've got some Taste of India Masala Supreme. And this is certainly going to be a supreme biryani. So let's get cooking. So first of all, we've got this large pan, and I've just filled the kettle and the water's boiled, and we're going to let that water come to a boil once again. And before we do that, we're going to add all our whole spices, and we're going to boil that on a vigorous heat for 5 minutes to extract as much flavour of the whole spices as possible. So the kitchen's smelling great. I'm going to add half the salt, so I don't know, salt's to taste. I'm going to give that a quick stir, and then we're going to add our basmati rice that has been soaked for a couple of hours and washed first, just so the rice expands to its potential, because nice long rice is great. So I'm going to give that a gentle stir, and I want the rice cooked about 75%. So we're going to come back once that's happened. So it's time to take this pan onto a little ring, and we've got an even bigger pan where we're going to be melting some ghee. So there's about 5 tablespoons of ghee. Don't use too much ghee with a biryani. I find with any rice dishes, having really greasy rice is a no-no. So you just want enough ghee to fry off those onions and the ginger and garlic, etc. We'll come back once that's melted. So the ghee has melted. Finely chopped onions. Now we can add the salt to those onions as well, which will prolong the browning process. And we want to fry those onions nice and slow. We want them to be turning golden brown. So I expect we'll come back in about 8 to 10 minutes. So the onions are starting to turn brown. This will help them even more, adding the ginger and garlic paste. Just cook that off until you can't smell the ginger and garlic anymore. Next, I'm adding the Masala Supreme, which is just a good curry powder. You can use any curry powder you want, or you can just use a little bit of chilli, coriander and cumin powder if you wish. I'm going to add the red peppers now, and I'm just going to add a little tomato puree, about half of it, just to stir everything up. So as that's sizzling away, I just wanted to show you my rice, and I bet you're thinking, oh, he's had his rice simmering for over 10 minutes now. Yes, on a very, very gradual heat. That rice is going to be drained off now, and all the whole spices are going to be contained within the rice. I'm going to add the rest of the tomato puree, the green chilies, the peas, and some water. And just give that a good stir and let it come to a ferocious temperature on a high heat. Just to show you the rice, all the water has been drained away. The rice will continue steaming, so I took it out about 2/3 or around 75% cooked, so it's still quite firm, and it will continue to steam slightly because it's really warm. So the aromas are great, everything's going fantastic. We'll come back once that's heated up. So reached a good temperature now. In with the yoghurt, give it a stir and then bring it back to the boil. Looking good. So let's add the squid, and let's add the langoustine. And they're not prepared in any way. This is Asian food. Anybody that's been to Asia, you'll see that everything's still used with the shell on. So this is going to be one of those fantastic biryanis that are going to be very hands-on when you eat it. So probably not the best for a dinner party, but it sure is going to taste fantastic. So I'm just going to let that heat up. That's come into the boil. Juice of half a lemon. So that's come to the boil now. Coriander. Avoid any vigorous stirring. I haven't actually stirred this since the langoustine went in, because I want it to remain intact, and it's really important not to overcook. So langoustine, you're talking 3 to 4 minutes cooking time. The rice is almost cooked. So what we're going to do now, we've still got quite a lot of moisture and steam leaving the sauce that we've made. So we're going to put the first layer of rice on. And we can flatten that out so we get some nice layers. And apologies, I missed this out when I showed you the ingredients earlier. This is pre-fried onions. You can make your own or you can use a packet. So it's going to have a generous layer of pre-fried onions. A little bit more coriander. Another layer of rice. The last layer. I'll just leave the camera roll because I think this is quite an exciting part when you come in to layer your biryani. And again, flatten it out. I'm going to put the remaining coriander on the top. And we've got some turmeric water, I guess. It should be saffron water, but I've got some turmeric today, and that's going to go over about half, drizzled over like that, so you get nice different separate colours of grain. So any remaining in the pot. So now we're going to put a lid on. Yes, I am using a pressure cooker. It doesn't matter, just any tight fitting lid. And I'm going to leave that for about 3 minutes and take it off the heat. We're going to come back, and the cooking time of the langoustine and the squid has been very delicately heated up, so it's not going to be overcooked. So it's just going to steam away. We'll come back shortly, perhaps 5 minutes. So after about 2 minutes of the lid on, I heard it steam, I heard it bubbling, so I just turned it off. And I left it for about 3 minutes. It's still steaming. So this is always the moment of truth with a biryani. So let's dish up a portion. And you can see that turmeric, you've got all different colours of rice there. So I'm just going to plate it up. We'll come and have a look in a moment. So there it is in all its glory, smelling and looking fantastic. Is that one of the best biryanis you've ever seen? I'm not saying it is, you can tell me, but I've been saving my pocket money up to make this dish because it cost around £15, but it's going to be really delicious and I can't wait to tuck in. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like, share and subscribe. This channel needs all the support it can get. Thank you.